Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. They are the last two topics, okay, which are left in weather and climate. The second last one is the rivers flood. Beta. We define the flood as when excessive amount of water. If you want to note down, so you can note down, beta. Otherwise, you have in the recording. When excessive amount of water overflows the banks of the river, that is called flood. When excessive amount of water overflows the bank of the river and then goes to the low-lying areas where we have human settlement, where we have the buildings, we have crops there, we can have infrastructure, so that is damaged better. So we define flood as when excessive amount of water overflows the banks of the river, so that is called a flood. And river is flooded, okay, due to human and natural factors. They can ask, okay, in the exam that what is a flood? Define flood. So you will define the flood when excessive amount of water overflows the banks of the river, that is due to human and natural factor, so that is called flood beta. Okay, maybe they can ask you that what are the natural factors which cause main river in flood or which flood the river, or they can also ask, okay, human factors. So we have, okay, in this slide, okay, the natural factors and the human factors. The natural factor is glacial melting, okay, by the start of the summer. You know that when summer starts in Pakistan, specifically, okay, from March. From the month of March, temperature starts to rise in Pakistan. Ice and snow, which was collected on low altitude, so it starts melting. It means that water goes or enters the rivers or streams, okay, which we have in the mountainous areas of Pakistan. So this is the one factor beta, and it is a natural factor. Now the second one is heavy monsoon rainfall. Heavy monsoon rainfall, okay, when we have in summer, so that also adds, okay, to the volume of river. Mean that volume of the river, okay, so that starts increasing. So that increases, okay, due to heavy monsoon rainfall when we have in the mountainous areas of Pakistan. So they are the two natural factors, okay, due to we can have floods, okay, in the river beta. And flood mean that when excessive amount of water overflows the banks of the river, okay, so that is called flood beta. And this is due to human factors and natural factors. Human factor, okay, have been explained. If anyone did not understand, okay, he can ask me beta. Now I'm going to the human factors. The factors, okay, which are related to human beings. Number one, okay, you can see that there is unplanned cutting of trees. Unplanned deforestation. Deforestation means that to cut down the trees, both in the form of cutting of trees at foothills and overgrazing, okay, by the livestock. So that what causes, my dear, it increases the surface runoff. It means that the flow of water, so the speed of the water, okay, that increases better. Mean water flows, okay, into the mountainous areas, okay, with so much speed, okay, if we have no tree over there. Because If we have lot of trees, okay, in the mountain sides where water flows, okay, so you can understand that they can check the force of the water. They can check the flow of water with it. But if we have no tree, so then surface runoff, okay, will be so much fast that water will come down, okay, and it will flood the river, and it can overflow the banks of the river, my dear, and it can go into the low-lying areas. The low-lying areas, okay, which are located, okay, very close to the river. So they can be flooded with it. So this is the one factor, my dear. Number two is that failure to raise, okay, river embankments to contain a rising water level, okay, in the river bed. Embankments actually they are the sides of the bank. They are the sides of bank, okay, which are made, okay, by the human beings, okay, by the authorities, that whenever water rises, the level of the water, okay, rises, it should remain, okay, in the river. It should not overflow that. But sometime, okay, we don't make the arrangement before flood season, okay, starts in Pakistan. So people, okay, mean the authorities, okay, don't raise the embankments, mean the sides of the river. That's why that, okay, they are kept low. And when the level of the water, okay, rises in the river, so definitely as the embankments are low, so it overflows over them, my dear. And in this way, low-lying areas can be flooded with. So that is the second reason with. Now we are going to the third reason with. The third reason is decreasing capacity of reservoirs. And due to siltation, you read in grade 7 that siltation is a process, okay, in which silt, sediments, okay, mud, so they are deposited, okay, at the bottom of the reservoir. As they are deposited, okay, at the bottom of reservoir, so reservoirs are losing their capacity. They are not having the same capacity, okay, as they were built, okay, in 1967 or 1976, okay. I'm talking about Mangla Dam and Tarbela Dam. So they were built in, like Mangla Dam was built in 1967 and Tarbela Dam was built in 1976. So gradually they are losing their capacity of storing the water. That's why that, okay, we have more risk of floods, okay, on low-lying areas, because we will not be able to store water in the reservoir, because reservoirs are losing, okay, their capacity due to siltation. And failure to build, okay, new reservoirs, okay, to divert floods better. Yes, there is also kind of human failure that, okay, the governments are not interested. Now, okay, we are building, okay, the Amar Bhasha Dam. So definitely it will take some time, my dear. But after Tarbela and Mangla, so you know that after 1976, we have not built, okay, a large reservoir, okay, in the mountainous areas of Pakistan. So it's a kind of failure there, okay, and it's a human factor, okay, we can say that. And due to that, okay, we have to face the problem of flood in summer season, okay, and mostly we have this problem in July and August. Because in July and August, okay, so we have severe type of spell of rainfall in Pakistan, and they are definitely due to southwestern monsoon winds. They start, okay, originate, okay, from Bay of Bengal, and then they enter, okay, Bangladesh, India, causing, okay, rainfall there, and then they enter, okay, north part of Pakistan. So mountainous areas, okay, so they are affected. We have, okay, a lot of rainfall. In mountainous areas, we can say Murray Hills, okay, Hazara Hills, Kashmir, and also the Swat area, other areas, okay, so they are affected, okay, due to those southwestern monsoon wind. Beta, keep in mind that in summer we have southwestern monsoon winds, which start, okay, from Bay of Bengal, and other monsoon winds, okay, so they start, okay, from Arabian Sea. So they only affect, okay, the coastline of Pakistan, or maximum, okay, they reach to the lowest Indus plain, okay, otherwise, okay, they vanish there. Or there is one factor in the south part of Pakistan, that is temperature inversion layer. Temperature inversion layer is there. Due to that, okay, condensation, okay, does not happen that, and this system, okay, finishes over there. Beta. Any question, beta?
No, sir.
So keep in mind that, beta, there will be exams in December. There will be exam, okay, so they are finding out a kind of mechanism and instruction, okay, from Ministry of Education, beta, that they are due, okay, inshallah, in a few days. So they will finalize, okay, you will be having exam, beta. So keep in mind that, beta. So you can see that here the surface runoff is so much muddy. You can see that, and this is due to heavy rainfall, okay, or maybe melting of ice and snow, okay, and we call it glacial action, beta. So due to glacial action, okay, melting of ice and snow, the flow of water in the river, okay, can increase. The level of the water in the river can rise, my dear, and definitely it can overflow the banks of the river. So we have, okay, this situation, or we call this scene or picture as a flood. Now, my dear, we will study about the advantages and disadvantages, the problem. The problem, okay, we have that, okay, due to river in flood, my dear, okay, when river is flooded. First of all, the disadvantages, okay, or the problem. Number one, if low-lying areas are affected, okay, due to flood, so we can have crops over there. So crops, okay, can be damaged. Livestock, okay, can be affected, Maria. I mean, animals can be affected. And infrastructure, okay, infrastructure means that facilities. We have roads, okay, we have railways, bridges, power supply, communication lines, okay, so they are affected with it. Number two, soil erosion. As surface runoff is so much that, so due to that, okay, we have so much soil erosion, beta. And due to soil erosion, okay, even we can have food crops lost, my dear, and even food supplies, okay, for animals and human beings. So both are affected, beta. Number three, we can have also human settlements, beta. Maybe, okay, we have the houses. So houses are which are affected area, which are in affected area, so they are cut off, okay, from the shops, industries, and services. Number four, okay, waterborne diseases, cholera, malaria, typhoid. So they are some of the diseases, okay, so which can affect, okay, those areas where flood has come, because when flood affects, okay, one area, so every area has a lot of water in there, okay, so definitely people are affected from waterborne diseases. Incidents of electrocution, okay, does any student know that electrocution is what?
Yes, sir, they get current.
Yes, very good. So they are affected, okay, or mean that they get electricity or electric currents, okay. In this way, so many lives, okay, we have, we lost, okay, we lose, okay, in that time, my dear. We have suspension of raw material to industries, better, okay, as crops are affected, because crops, okay, they have to produce, okay, food and raw material. It means that, okay, we have less raw material for industries. Extra spending, okay, by the government on relief and rehabilitation of the affected population, better. If we have proper arrangement, my dear, so then we have not to spend, okay, a lot of money on that. Otherwise, okay, we have to spend, okay, a lot of money by the government on the relief, okay, providing, okay, some relief facilities. And also rehabilitation mean that, okay, we have to rehabilitate the people. We have to bring back the people to their area when flood is gone, and after that, okay, we have to help them in building the houses, also infrastructure, my dear, and other things, okay, we have to do that with. So you can take the screenshots, my dear, because if you have no time to listen the recording, okay, so you can take the screenshot, my dear. Okay, now damage, okay, by the floods, okay, you can see that on the left side, okay, crops, okay, have been flooded, okay. Here you can see buildings have been flooded, my dear. Buildings have been affected, my dear. And third picture, okay, you can see that, okay, roads are damaged, okay. Even water supply is there, maybe natural gas supply is there, okay. So that line is also affected, okay. So they are some of the damage we have to face that with. Now we will see the advantages or benefits of the floods, my dear. Number one, return of soil nutrients, okay, for example, organic salts, my dear. You know, when river flows, okay, it flows over the rocks, and rocks are made of minerals, my dear. Even we have the soil nutrients, okay, which form the soil, and actually they are so much beneficial, okay, for the soil that soil fertility fertility, okay, so that is checked, okay, by the soil nutrients, okay. It means that it is properly maintained. Number two, enrichment of the delta wetlands, beta. Yes, and these soil nutrients, okay, they also reach, okay, to the delta place where we have the wetland area, and in this way, okay, so they break the momentum of the floods, okay, by spreading, okay, flood water and minimizing, okay, minimizing the destruction, beta. Yes, actually we have so many low-lying areas over there that water can reach over there, okay, and in this way the momentum, you understand that, okay, the velocity of the river or the flood, okay, so that can be minimized better. Number three, spread of rich fresh alluvium, okay. Flooded fields are good, okay, for rice cultivation due to plenty of water and rich nutrients, better. As we know that active floodplain, okay, that is a feature of Doab, as it is very close to the river. When river is flooded, okay, so active floodplain is also flooded with it. When flood is gone, okay, so active floodplain, okay, it has plenty of water, mean that as water flows over there, so much water can seep into the ground with. So the level of moisture, okay, in the soil, okay, it is kept high, my dear, and that is the field, okay, or that is the area which we can use, okay, for rice cultivation. Rice cultivation, okay, you understand that better. Rice cultivation. Number four, yes, overflowing river, okay, reduce destructive effects, okay, in the downstream areas of Indus, better. Yes, if we have flood, okay, in the upper areas, so definitely the flow of water, okay, will be reduced, okay, and the downstream areas of Indus, mean that in Sindh area, so we will not be having, okay, so much flood there. Mean less areas, okay, will be affected on the low lying areas. Mean the downstream areas, okay, where river Indus is flowing down better. Number five, okay, groundwater table, okay, rises due to recharging, okay, by the flood. As more water flows over the land part, Maria, so more water, okay, seeps into the ground. It means that the groundwater table, okay, which we say that, so that rises, and it's a good thing, Maria. And last point, okay, we have that healthy growth of inland, okay, and marine fisheries due to the availability of more nutrients, okay, in the Indus and its tributaries, okay, and also the deltic region, beta. It doesn't mean that, okay, we have fish only in the sea, beta. We have a lot of fish, my dear, on inland areas, beta. I mean near the river, okay, we have a lot of lakes that which are used okay for breeding of the fish. And as river carries okay lot of nutrients, my dear, so river water also goes through those lakes beta. It can also mix okay with that water beta. So lot of nutrients okay which we have in the river, so they also help okay in the healthy growth of inland fisheries. The fisheries okay which are, or the we have the fish ponds on the land area, so they get the nutrients river water. And in the same way, my dear, when river water okay falls into sea, so as we have the mangroves over there, so mangroves is actually the nursery part, or that is a nursery area, my dear, where fish can lay eggs, okay, and plus okay these nutrients are used okay by those marine animals, okay, in which we have the fish, okay, we have other animals which are eaten up okay by the people. In this way we have more benefits okay of the flood beta. Yes beta, any question beta?
Sir, mangroves are trees which grow underwater.
They don't grow underwater, my dear, they grow in salty water beta. Clear?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Now question is that okay we have the flood, okay, so do we have okay some measures, okay, can we use okay some ways to minimize the flood effect, okay, or not? And floods are very destructive, Mario, okay, when they come, so they affect okay large area beta. Crops are affected, okay, human beings, okay, we lose okay during that process, Maria. So do we have okay some measures to reduce the destructive effects of the flood or not? Okay, we have that. Number one, building and raising embankments okay on river banks better. Yes, the sides of the river, okay, so if they are raised up, if they are made okay higher one on both side of the river, okay, so then water can be kept okay in the river part. Water will not flow to the overflow to the other areas better. Number two, enlarging river channels okay to hold more water. Yes, we can make them okay very much large, that okay, that flood water or more water can be held over there, it can be kept over there, and we can help okay in the flowing down. And definitely okay, if we can store water, that is more beneficial. But if we can't store water, okay, so then we can help with that water to flow down without damaging okay the crops, okay, human settlements and other things. And it will flow through the river part, or river route, okay, river course, and it will flow down and down and down, and definitely it will fall into the sea beta. Number three, building okay more reservoir, okay, that is actual solution, my dear. We need okay more reservoirs okay in upper areas, that that water can be checked over there, water can be stored over there, okay, and we can release okay some amount of water, or calculated amount of water, that which can pass through our rivers, okay, and it will not cause any flood beta. Plus okay channels to divert okay floods okay from populated area. Yes beta, flood channels okay my dear, they can also divert okay water okay from human settlements. Discouraging okay deforestation, okay, yes, this thing is also important, my dear, that specifically okay on the foothills of the mountains, where we should not okay help or we should not I mean uh, allow the people to deforest, okay, the cutting down the trees, cause trees okay they check the flow of water better, and we have to plant okay more trees over there. And in this way okay we can reduce or we can weaken the flow of flood water. Next point we have that okay we have to prevent okay buildings and population settlements in those areas which are in the reach of floods beta. This is important beta. if we know that, okay, this area can be affected, okay, from the flood every year or every next year, my dear. So batteries that, okay, we have not to build, okay, their buildings, main industries or human settlements, okay, mean the houses of human beings. So they should not be built over there. So we can decrease the loss of human lives, my dear, or the buildings, okay, which will be damaged, okay, later on. So we can reduce, okay, that damage to it. Next point is that, okay, we have to improve, okay, weather forecast. Yes, this thing is also important, my dear, that in weather forecast, okay, sometime, okay, or most of the time, okay, you know that weather forecast is not perfect, okay. Definitely, okay, same weather forecast, okay, can't be made, my dear, but at least, okay, it should be maximum correct that people should that, okay, and they can leave the area, or in this way, okay, we can have, okay, less human loss, okay, livestocks, when animals, okay, can also be taken away, okay, from that area. But flood warning system, okay, yes, this system should be very active, my dear. Whenever, okay, they have any threat, okay, any risk of flood, my dear, so warning system, okay, should be so much active that, okay, people should be warned, okay, my dear, or people should be informed, okay, before time. And warning, okay, can be given through electronic, okay, social and print media, my dear. So you understand, my dear, okay, electronic, social and print media. Does any student know that, beta? Yes, beta, Abdul Rafi,
Yes, sir.
Abdullah Subhan, Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Ahmed Nawaz is not here. He is in the school or not?
Yes, sir, he went to Pakistan.
So he will not take the classes.
He will come, sir, after some time.
So you people don't know that, okay, what is electronic media, social media and print media, is it?
Sir, electronic media is news given on TVs and print media is newspaper.
Okay, and social media?
Social media is Facebook and YouTube,
Yes, thank you,
Twitter.
beta. Thank you. Yes, beta. So by using, okay, these medias, okay, so we can easily warn the people, okay, and we can minimize the effect of a flood, okay, on those areas, okay, where flood can affect beta.
Sir, are
Then
you
we
gonna
have,
send this presentation?
yes, beta,
Sir, are you gonna send this presentation?
it is recorded, beta. Take that from there or take the screenshot. I will not send, beta. We are not allowed. Improving relief. Improving relief, okay, or rehabilitation services, beta. Yes, maybe, unfortunately, okay, one area is affected. Unfortunately, okay, one area is affected, my dear. So now what do we have to do? That we have not to do anything, okay? No, we have to bring, okay, relief in that area, and we have to help, okay, the people to have rehabilitate over there. So we have to do, okay, all these activities, okay, with so much main quick response, okay, force, okay, we must have like that, okay, we have in Pakistan PDMA. It's a proper department, my dear. If we have earthquake, if we have flood, okay, heavy rainfall, and some other natural disaster, okay, when we have that, so PDMA is there, okay, so it helps the people to rehabilitate over there. It provides them, okay, relief, okay, money, okay, if they need that, okay, food, okay, need that, okay, other things, okay, if they need that, okay, so PDMA is there, and it is Pakistan Disaster, okay, Management Authority. So it's an authority, my dear, it's a department, okay, it helps the people to have improved, they try to improve, okay, relief process, my dear, or rehabilitation process, okay, in those areas where any type of mean natural disaster okay has affected beta. Now this is the last topic, my dear, drought. And drought, we say that when we have shortage of water okay due to insufficient rainfall, actually it's a long period of time with little or no rainfall beta. It is a long period of time with little or no rainfall beta. Or another way okay we can define it, a long period of time okay with little or no rainfall beta. So that is called drought. Drought. So there are some natural causes and human causes beta. And human beings are also the cause of drought okay in some areas of Pakistan, and there are also natural causes beta. Inshallah, we will continue in next lesson beta. If you have any question, you can ask me. Abdurrafi beta.